Hi, so today I'll be presenting my informative speech. For my informative speech, I chose the topic car modifications. Did you know that a prediction for the car modification market size is projected to grow at a 4.2% CAGR, also known as compound annual growth rate? This market size is broken by vehicles like passenger cars, sports cars, SUVs, trucks, and motorcycles. According to Market US, by 2034, there is an estimated market size of 90.6 billion US dollars. Why are these statistics relevant? Well, let me tell you that these statistics represent the market for customization of cars from accessories, performance, and aesthetic upgrades. This means that just by changing something small and basic from your car, like seat covers, floor mats, or a wheel cover, that means you're already part of this market. So there are different types of modifications you can do to a car. I'll be covering some performance and aesthetic transformations, the benefits and drawbacks, and the general price range for these mods. Starting off with the performance as stated by Low Offset. The three main mods I decided to cover is the intake and cooling system, turbocharger, and the exhaust system. I chose these because they practically go hand in hand, and you'll see why. Starting by the intake. The intake and the exhaust system is what helps your engine breathe. And why does the engine need to breathe? Well, because that's how they make power, also referred to as horsepower. It indicates how quickly an engine can perform work, meaning how much power it can produce. A car with higher HP will be faster and have more power than a car with lower HP. So, more power equals more heat, and more heat means that if you don't have the right cooling system, then your engine might overheat and can cause serious damage to your engine. So, if you have an upgraded cooling system, this means that the engine operates efficiently and be at an optimal temperature range. Moving on to forced induction. And it is called this because it forces more air into the engine. Intake and cooling system rely on the airflow produced by the car being in motion. So that means that there's little air to work with unless you have a turbocharger. So let me show you how a turbocharger looks like. This is how it looks like. This charger uses the outside air and draws it in through the air intake. Then the exhaust waste gases spin a turbine inside the turbo. This turbine is connected to the same shaft. This air is forced into the engine cylinders, which increase the air density and allows the engine to burn more fuel, which means more power. Now, moving on to the exhaust system. So the sole purpose of this is to safely get rid of harmful exhaust gases away from the engine, while also reducing noise and improving engine performance. Now, moving on to the aesthetic upgrades. There's a wide variety of aesthetic car mods to give your car so it can be unique, like a custom wrap. You can experience with different colors, textures, or finished looks like matte, metallic, or color shifting finishes. A spoiler and body kits enhance the look of your car, looking more aggressive, sportier, and stylish. Custom wheels and rims immediately give your car a distinctive look, and you can choose from different designs for any car style. As stated by OARDS Automotive Hub, although there's millions of or billions of cars produced, these mods can make your car unique, which, for example, if you pick a Dodge Charger, a Hellcat 392, you can customize it and it won't look the same as any other. Another thing about mods is that you can make a cheap car very, very fast. When you think of cars, you think of expensive luxury cars like Porsche. But for mods, if you're willing to put in the work, then you can achieve a high HP no matter the car brand. Another thing is that you can customize it to your interest. You can build and do whatever you like to the inside and outside. The cons of the mods is that it reduces variability. So, if you change a part of the engine, like the intake, then you run the risk of breaking other parts. An important thing to keep in mind is that these car mods are expensive, and other car mods are even illegal. For example, like in California or New Mexico, if you tint your windows less than 20%, then it is considered illegal. So keep in mind to double check the laws depending on where you live for car modifications. According to Davis Acura, car modifications for performance can be pretty pricey. Like I mentioned in the start, floor mats, seat covers, and decals are pretty budget friendly, which is less than $1,000. An intake, exhaust system, wheels and rims, and a turbo usually ranges from $2,000 to $5,000. Custom wraps and body kits are usually up in the $5,000 to $15,000. So, we dived into a bit of the car modification world. Car modifications include efficiency and aesthetic enhancements, which there's advantages and disadvantages from these mods. Especially the price of these modifications according to your car is something crucial if you decide to mod your car. As I stated before, the car modification market will become more popular, or you're probably part of it already. If you're interested into making modifications to your vehicle, do research and personalize it to your wants. To end up, think about this. What personal statement do you want your car to make?